What's up, guys? DC Dill here, or Dylan in general. I got a comment about saying that last video you couldn't hear me, which I agree. I didn't watch the video thoroughly, and sorry about that. Now I'm gonna do my real review. UFC 92, I believe Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm just gonna do the three main fights. Sorry, we're a little messed up. Try to go to sleep. But anyway, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do the three main fights, and then if I have enough time, I'm gonna do who should call me versus Mr. Fight. So, main event: Forrest Griffin versus Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans, 16-4, current UFC heavyweight champion. Trains out of Shimbator, Ultimate Fighter 1 winner. He's fought Stephan Bonner twice, Tito Ortiz, Shogun, Rampage, Jeremy Horn twice, Chael Sonnen, and Don Fry's debut fight, which he lost. So, Forrest is like basically the Rocky Balboa, I think, of the UFC or MMA in general. He's really good everywhere. Basically, he's a well-rounded guy. He's very big at 205. I think he could go all the way up to heavyweight, still be big enough. But he's at 205, which is a good thing for him. Excuse me. I say apples, but anyway. I definitely see him having the bigger size on Rashad, and current flyweight champ is the only knockout I think he has that I've seen recently, besides him getting knocked out, is him knocking out Elvis Sensei, which was a good fight. So next fighter, Sugar Rashad Evans, excuse me. 16-1 record. He's fought Michael Bisping, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Stephan Bonner, Sam Hoger, Jason Lambert, Sean Salmon, and Keith Jardine on the fighter. And he's also the Ultimate Fighter 2 winner, so it's good for him. He's a really good guy on the ground. Not on the ground, but stand up. Wrestling is really good. His stand up's definitely improved compared just to him just being a wrestler. Look at Matt Hamill, for example. He's not successful in the UFC as well as Rashad is, but if Matt Hamill did stand up, then he'd be a lot better. But it's a whole story. But Rashad definitely has knockout power in his feet, and his head, and his hands, and he has knocked out Jason Lambert on top mount. He was challenging him by a head kick and then basically killing Chuck Liddell. So, and also Rashad trains with a guy that Keith Jardine used to knocked out Rashad or Forrest Griffin in his last loss. So, Jardine will probably give him some pointers, but they are two different fighting styles, very different. But I think Greg Jackson will definitely give Rashad a good game plan and test it out, like he did with Chuck, and then knock him out, try to go for a finish. So I'm going to go Rashad in this fight. I'm a huge Rashad fan. I don't like Forrest Griffin. I don't know why, I just don't. So I'm going to go with Rashad by either early second or late second or early third KO or TKO for Rashad Evans. I think I my glasses. There we go. Next fight, Quint Rampage Jackson, or this is the next thing I'm going to do. Quint Rampage Jackson versus Vanderlei Silva. This is a fight waiting for forever and ever and ever. Now, not Nogueira, excuse me. I got confused right there. Vanderlei Silva, very aggressive fighter. I believe he's 32-8 or 7 or something like that. He's been fighting, I believe, for 10.5 years. He was undefeated in Pride for 2.5 years, and then started losing weight drastically. His last 3 fights, or 4 fights actually, he's 1-3, so that's not very good. He lost a Crocout by the left high kick, Dan Anderson KO, highlight reel knockout, and then Chuck Liddell losing by decision, and then KOing Keith Jardine. He's a very aggressive transition tour with Forrest Griffin, and he could definitely give him some pointers about fighting the cage better and also fighting against Rampage, who he has beaten not once but twice by a clinch and knocking him out with knees to the face. So, Quinton Rampage Jackson, 28-7 record. Very good at definitely the ground I gotta give him to. He trains out Wolf Slayer with Michael Bisping and Chet Congo. He's definitely, I think, a good fighter and a good test for him because he's had a lot of shit happen with him. But I definitely think that Rampage will win this fight. I think he's much more a big or more mature fighter than when he first fought Wanderlei Silva. He's much more mature. He's definitely a not, I guess he could be bigger, more well built. He's a more well built fighter. Um, his stand up is not as good as Wanderlei, but Wanderlei is not aggressive like he did with Chuck. Then Chuck will beat him, or excuse me, not Chuck, but Rampage will beat him. But if Wanderlei gets him to clinch again and just beats the shit out of him, he's gonna lose. But I think Rampage is a lot better in the cage. I think he's a lot more used to the cage compared to Wanderlei. Wanderlei's record in the cage is not good at all. He was in the UFC in the past and he didn't do so well. That's why they just released him and he went to Pride and then he's back. So I'm gonna go with Quint Rampage Jackson by unanimous decision. I think he's not gonna be able to finish him, but if Wanderlei can win this fight, he'll probably win the clinch by TKO or KOing or even ref stoppaging the fight by a cut or something. So I'm gonna go Quint Rampage Jackson by unanimous decision. So this is a fight I've been wanting to see a long time. Also, Nogueira, a big Nogueira, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira versus Frank Mir. Frank Mir, 11-3 record. He's one of my favorite fighters for sure. He's very good at grappling. He's very good jiu-jitsu. Stand up is all right. I've only seen him knock one or two guys out. He's really good off his back. I think that's like the very good advantage of him on his back. He has very good. I think he's better off his back, actually, than Nogueira. Now let's talk about him. He's former UFC heavyweight champion. He's fought Tank Abbott, Brandon Vera, Anthony Harnock, and the current UFC heavyweight champion, Brock Lesnar. Now, he's really good at jiu-jitsu. I think his grappling is not going to be as good as Nogueira's. I don't think Nogueira's boxing is going to be as good. If Frank Mir could take punishment from Brock Lesnar, like just hammer fisting away, then I think he could take punishment from Nogueira. And let's talk about Nogueira. Nogueira, 27-4 record, former heavyweight Pride heavyweight champion until Vader came and beat the shit out of him twice. He's fought Crow Cup, Heath Herring all 3 times, destroyed him. Dan Henderson, Josh Barnett. I think he fought Kevin Randleman. I'm not 100% sure. And he's fought some other guys also. Oh, he fought some Michelle also. That's a big one. And Bob Sapp. Bob Sapp was whooping his ass, and he caught him with a freaking. I think it was a Doris, I believe. I'm not sure. But and he also fought Tim Sylvia. Nogueira's a tough guy. He's very well rounded. His jiu-jitsu's unbelievable. He trains in jiu-jitsu with Aaron Sicily taught him, and also with Machida and his little brother, Little Nog, who should be in the UFC also, but he's not. He's in Affliction. So, I definitely can see this fight being the fight of the night because both these guys would probably want to stand because they're both afraid of their jiu-jitsu. Unless one of them's hurt, like they get rocked and then they go for the takedown and get caught in the guillotine. I definitely see Frank Mir losing this fight. I want him to win, but I don't see him winning. But like I said, Nogueira has much more better chin, much more better heart, and stuff like that. But I'm going to give Nogueira this fight. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something that no one's ever done on YouTube I've seen yet. Go for Frank Mir. I'm going for Frank Mir on this fight. I hope he wins. I'm a big Frank Mir fan. One of my first MMA fights I ever saw was Frank Mir versus P. Williams. So I'm going to go Frank Mir by, it's going to bite me in the ass, but Frank Mir probably by TKO. I don't know. Either late 3rd or early 4th TKO. I don't know. I really hope he can win, but I doubt he will win. But I want him to win. Now, a little short thing. I got like 40 seconds left. Houston Okami versus Dean Lister. Houston Okami, I'm not sure what his record is, but he's very big middleweight, and Dean Lister is also a pretty small middleweight. Grappling wise, definitely clinch game. Houston Okami has it. Jiu-Jitsu, Dean Lister, of course, has it. So I think one of them going to clinch, and Dean Lister's going to get knocked out, or probably go to decision. Just a big ground and pound and holding him and beating the shit out of him as Houston does, and then he'll fight for the title. So Houston Okami by name decision. Alright guys, peace.